Oh my god, guys, I just saw something really funny, and it's something that reads like it's straight out of a comic book, so I want to share it with you viewers. So, some of you may be familiar with the math YouTuber 3Blue1Brown, aka Grant Sanderson, and he honestly makes some of the best animated math YouTube videos on the platform. He just has a way of making very niche math concepts interesting. So, every summer, he hosts this online event called Summer of Math Exposition. And the idea is to encourage mathematicians and people like math enthusiasts and people who generally wouldn't post online and give them that final nudge to make those videos, blog posts, games, articles about math and just post them to the greater online world. And then at the end of, you can see in the video, these are the types of media that they're encouraging. And then at the end of the summer, Grant's team will judge the videos and pick winners. But the main purpose of SOME is not for people to try to best each other, defeat them, and win the grand prize. The main purpose is just to get more math education on the internet, because that's just good for everyone, students and enthusiasts alike. So anyway, in 2021, for the first SOME, I didn't submit anything. So I sort of committed myself that by 2022, I will submit something to SOME no matter what. But this summer, I was kind of busy with other stuff like VidCon, Stanford graduation, and the BFDI II meetup. So before I knew it, the August 15th deadline was just a couple days away and I didn't really have anything. And I do remember I was even brainstorming with another YouTuber friend about math concepts. Like one of them is that in 4 dimensions, there are many different types of cylinders, from duo cylinders to spherinders to cubinders. And the way that they're categorized is really fascinating. But it takes a long time to animate that stuff, so I just ran out of time. So I decided I'm just going to look through the videos I already posted this summer and figure out which one is the closest to talking about math, and then sort of rebrand that as an SOME submission. So I saw that this video, where I talk about Baby Shark's view count, is kind of mathematical. Like I do talk about the world population and tetration, and then at one point I make this 2D chart showing what significant figures of video view counts actually show up on YouTube. So I was like, okay, I'll just fill out the submission form for SOME and submit this. And that happened about a month ago. A month ago. But just a few days ago, I finally got my response from Grant's team about how I did in the Summer of Math Exposition. And I'm really excited to see how I did. Well, I already know, but I just want to, drum up dramatic effect. So anyway, there's these like 5 paragraphs basically talking about how that summer went. And I think this is the same sort of automated message that gets sent to everyone. But that makes sense because there were probably thousands of applicants and there's no way that everyone can get a handwritten letter. So it just talks about how no matter how you did, you should be really proud of the content you made. And, let us know what could be improved in the future. And I think, a lot of it's indicating that there will be another Summer of Math Exposition next year. But anyway, I wanted to know what the feedback was for my video particularly. So I'm going to scroll down in 3, 2, 1, boom. This video seems unrelated to mathematics, period. Like, that's it. I think this is really funny to read like 5 paragraphs, that are, like nicer and more polite, and then just get this like very curt, honest, truthful feedback. And honestly, it's correct. Like, I think this video, the math behind Baby Shark's view count, isn't really about math if you think about it, because you can't really show this to a math professor. It's about Baby Shark, which is like a video that little kids love and somehow has billions of views. And any math professor would be like, what is Baby Shark? I've never heard of that. So honestly, like, I think this is a correct assessment. But I just think that like the side-by-side comparison of these paragraphs and then the video seems unrelated to math. It's just so funny. So I appreciate that. But I think that the lessons I want to take away from this are that, like, one, if I want to submit something for some sort of contest, I should start from day one knowing that, like, I'm going to make this content specifically to fit that contest. Because the problem with my Baby Shark video was that it initially wasn't for SOME 1, so it wasn't, like, designed that way, and then I tried to shoehorn it in and it didn't fit exactly. But if I had made that video about the types of cylinders in 4D, I could say from the beginning, like, this is a Summer of Math Exposition a submission, and here's how it fits all the qualifications. But the other lesson that I want to take away is that A lot of the content I make always seems to be skirting in the gray area of education, but never like fully educational. And I think another video that is a good example of that is my video called The Worst Lie Mickey Mouse Has Ever Told. Because if you start watching from the beginning, for the first like 5 minutes, it feels like a storytime animator, just personal recollection story, not at all math related. But the real meat of what I wanted to get into talks about run length encoding, which is a concept that's very useful when it comes to data compression. And I never actually say the phrase run length encoding, but the kind of ideas I'm trying to get into people's heads give them the same logic to understand this stuff. And there's a Wikipedia article here. But I think what the lesson I want to take away from this video is, like, you also couldn't show this to a math professor because they have to sit through like a bunch of weird remarks of me complaining that Mickey Mouse's ears look really weird. And I think that's kind of alienating in a way. So like, I think I have to decide, do I really want to have one foot in both worlds? Like both the silly, goofy silly, goofy entertainment side and the education? Or, you know, should I fully commit to education and then have people kind of realize and accept it as such? So I think that's a lot of things for both me and like you viewers to think about. See, I've been really interested in mathematics since before even animation or YouTube. It just happened to be the case that BFDI kind of blew up beyond my wildest expectations. So that's sort of what people know me for. But in high school, I was obsessed with training for the AMC, AIME, and my dream was to make it to the USA Math Olympiad. I never did. I missed it by 1 point, but that's a story for another time. But I think the math is sort of a part of my, passions that I haven't really leaned on that much, but I might in the future. And I think that if you viewers want to make math videos as well, then I say go for it. Like, I want to see more of that side of the internet because it's kind of hard for math videos to go viral and all that. So anyway, I just wanted to point out like this because I think it's really funny. But the other thing I want to make clear is that this Summer of Math Exposition was also run by a lot of community members and volunteers. I know that Grant also has like a team with interns and animators, but not even them. Like, I think it's the community members who honestly submitted videos for SOME themselves. They're probably the ones who gave the feedback, right? So there's no way that these are the words out of Grant's mouth. I mean, maybe they are, and if they are, Grant, this is really funny. So like, it's cool. But like, I'm sure that this came from an anonymous person, and like, I won't know who, but I think that person is really cool. And like, I think these sort of video, platform-wide projects where you encourage people to make videos is really awesome, because the more content people make on the internet, the better. Anyway, stay mathy, stay YouTubey. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.